This video contains audio content only. There are no visual elements or images accompanying the audio. If you're expecting to see video footage, please note that this is an intentional audio-only presentation. We recommend listening to this content rather than watching the screen. Thank you for your understanding and enjoy the audio. Join us as we unravel the captivating story of the Nakhi people, nestled high in the Himalayas. In this accessible exploration, we'll journey through their rich history, vibrant culture, and unique traditions. Discover how their intricate Dongba script whispers tales of ancient migrations, while their matrilineal society challenges conventional notions of family. We'll delve into their spiritual beliefs, artistic expressions, and the impact of modernization on their way of life. Prepare to be amazed by the resilience and adaptability of the Nakhi, as they navigate the 21st century while preserving a heritage as enduring as the mountains themselves. Chapter 1. Whispers from the Himalayas. The Nakhi, nestled in the embrace of the Himalayas, carry a history as intricate and enduring as the mountain tapestry that surrounds them. Their story isn't etched in stone tablets or documented in ancient scrolls, but rather woven into the very fabric of their being, passed down through whispers, songs, and the vibrant hues of their unique Dongba script. Imagine these ancestors traversing the high-altitude steppes, their lives dictated by the rhythms of nature, their movements guided by the stars. Driven by forces lost to the passage of time, perhaps tribal conflicts or the relentless search for sustenance in a challenging environment, the Proto-Nakhi embarked on an epic migration southward. This wasn't a leisurely stroll through verdant valleys, but a perilous trek across treacherous mountain passes, where icy winds whipped across the barren landscape and the thin air challenged their every breath. They followed the course of the Nujong River, its turquoise waters carving a path through deep gorges, a lifeline in an otherwise unforgiving terrain. Then, their journey led them to the Jinsha River, the River of Golden Sands, its currents carrying whispers of the unknown lands that lay ahead. Finally, they reached the Along River in present-day Sichuan province, a land of dense forests and fertile valleys, a welcome respite after their arduous journey. Even in this haven, their journey wasn't over. Pressures from other migrating tribes, vying for the same precious resources, forced the Nakhi further south. They eventually settled in the verdant embrace of the Baisha and Lijiang basins around the 3rd century CE, drawn by the promise of fertile land and the opportunity to cultivate a new life. Here, amidst the towering peaks and rushing streams, they began to weave their own distinct cultural tapestry. While in Baisha, the Nakhi experienced a pivotal moment in their history, a division into 3 distinct groups. Perhaps driven by disagreements over dwindling resources, perhaps by conflicting visions of leadership, or perhaps simply by the natural ebb and flow of human societies, the Nakhi fractured. One group chose to remain in Baisha, becoming the Nakhi, guardians of their ancestral homeland. Another group, lured by the promise of new opportunities, ventured towards the bustling city of Dali, becoming the Bai people, known for their artistry and craftsmanship. A third group, seeking tranquility and a different way of life, settled around the serene waters of Lagu Lake, becoming the Masuo, the enigmatic kingdom of women. Though separated by geographical boundaries and evolving cultural practices, these 3 groups retained a thread of connection, a shared ancestry that whispered through their oral traditions and echoed in their cultural practices. The reverence for nature, the vibrant threads of their textiles, the haunting melodies of their music. These were all vestiges of a shared past, a testament to their common origins. The Nakhi, for instance, share with the Masuo a deep respect for women and a tradition of matrilineal descent, where lineage and inheritance are passed down through the mother's line. This connection to the feminine principle, a stark contrast to the patriarchal norms of Han Chinese society, speaks to the enduring influence of their shared past. Woven into the tapestry of Nakhi origins are vibrant threads of mythology and legend. Stories of an elephant-headed god named Tabu, who guided their ancestors and helped them hatch from magic eggs, speak to a profound connection to the natural world and a belief in the interconnectedness of all living things. These myths aren't mere fanciful tales. They're a window into the Nakhi worldview, a reflection of their beliefs about their place in the cosmos. Life in the Baisha and Lijiang basins wasn't without its challenges. The Nakhi, initially pastoralists reliant on livestock breeding, gradually transitioned to agriculture, cultivating the fertile lands and harnessing the abundant water resources. This shift marked a significant change in their social structure, paving the way for the emergence of a feudal caste of lords, who controlled the land and exerted influence over the burgeoning agricultural economy. As their society became more complex, so too did their spiritual beliefs. The influence of Tibetan Buddhism began to permeate their culture, blending with their indigenous Dongba religion to create a unique spiritual tapestry. The Dongba priests, with their elaborate rituals and pictographic scriptures, became keepers of Nakhi history and tradition, their chants and ceremonies connecting the living with the spirit world. The Nakhi's strategic location along the tea and horse caravan routes proved to be a pivotal moment in their history. These ancient trade arteries, winding through treacherous mountain passes and connecting the remote Himalayan communities with the bustling markets of Lhasa and beyond, brought both prosperity and challenge. The Nakhi became skilled traders, exchanging their prized Lijiang horses, renowned for their strength and agility, for tea, salt, and other essential goods. This trade network fostered cultural exchange, bringing them into contact with the Tibetans, known for their vibrant Buddhist traditions, and the Han Chinese, with their Confucian values and sophisticated artistry. The tea and horse caravan routes weren't merely pathways for commerce, they were conduits of ideas, beliefs, and artistic influences, shaping the Nakhi cultural landscape in profound ways. Their interactions with other tribes were a complex mix of cooperation and conflict. The research mentions frequent harassment by neighboring tribes, a constant reminder of the challenges of survival in a contested landscape. These interactions, though often fraught with tension, also provided opportunities for alliances and cultural exchange. The Nakhi learned to navigate the intricate web of intertribal relations, forging alliances when necessary and defending their territory when threatened. The Nakhi's approach to sexual relationships, particularly the Masuo, walking marriage, tradition, offers a fascinating glimpse into a society that challenges Western notions of marriage and family. From an academic perspective, the Masuo system raises intriguing questions about the nature of family, the role of fathers, and the cultural construction of gender roles. Some anthropologists argue that matrilineal societies, like the Masuo, offer a more egalitarian social structure, where women hold greater power and influence. Others suggest that such systems may have evolved as a way to adapt to specific environmental or economic challenges. The Masuo, walking marriage, tradition, a living example of an alternative family structure, continues to fascinate and challenge our understanding of human relationships. The Nakhi story is a testament to the enduring power of human resilience, adaptation, and the intricate dance between a people and their environment. It's a story woven into the whispers of their ancestors, the vibrant hues of their Dongba script, and the breathtaking landscapes they call home. It's a story that continues to unfold, even today, as the Nakhi navigate the challenges of the modern world while preserving the rich cultural heritage that makes them unique. Chapter 2. A symphony of strings, scriptures, and symbols. Their artistic expressions, from the intricate melodies of their music to the symbolic language of their pictographs, resonate with the echoes of their history, beliefs, and profound connection to the natural world. Nakhi music is a captivating symphony, a testament to both their unique heritage and the influences they've absorbed over centuries. Baisha Shehui, a classical orchestral form, exemplifies this blend. Its 24 kupai, or tunes, each with its own distinct character and narrative, paint sonic landscapes of love, loss, and the everyday rhythms of Nakhi life. Some kupai evoke the tranquility of mountain streams, while others capture the energy of festive dances. Legend has it that the origins of Baisha Shehui lie in a gift bestowed by Kublai Khan himself, a token of gratitude to a Nakhi chief who aided his passage across the treacherous Jinsha River. The instruments used in Baisha Shehui, such as the two-stringed arhu and the plucked pipa, create a rich and textured soundscape, their melodies interweaving to create a harmonious whole. Performed at weddings, funerals, and annual festivals, Baisha Shehui serves as a sonic bridge between generations, connecting the living with the spirits of their ancestors. Dongjing music, another prominent form of Nakhi musical expression, reveals the influence of Taoism, which permeated Nakhi culture during the Ming and Qing dynasties. Originally reserved for the elite, performed in elegant courtyards and grand halls, Dongjin music gradually transcended social boundaries, becoming a cherished part of Nakhi communal life. Its stately and elegant melodies, often played on wind instruments like the flute and reed pipes, are now heard at village gatherings and festivals, a testament to the democratizing power of music. The transition of Dongjin music from the exclusive domain of the elite to the shared heritage of the common people reflects the evolving social dynamics within Nakhi society. The possibility of Tibetan influences on Nakhi music cannot be ignored, given their geographical proximity and historical interactions. The haunting sounds of Tibetan chants and the rhythmic pulse of their drums may have subtly infused Nakhi melodies, adding another layer of complexity to their musical tapestry. Beyond the realm of music, the Nakhi possess a truly unique artistic treasure: their pictographic writing system, Dongba. Dongba is a visual language. Each pictograph is a miniature work of art, a symbolic representation of Nakhi myths, rituals, and beliefs. The creation of Dongba paper itself is a testament to Nakhi ingenuity and their deep connection to nature. The bark of the Wickstreamia plant, a rare species found in the high-altitude forests, is carefully harvested and processed, transformed into a durable and textured canvas for the Dongba script. The pictographs, painted onto the paper with bamboo pens and natural pigments, depict a pantheon of deities, mythical creatures, and scenes from Nakhi epics. They tell the story of creation, the epic battles between good and evil, and the journey of the soul through the afterlife. Dongba and Geba, the two intertwined scripts of the Nakhi, play distinct yet complementary roles in their literary and religious traditions. Dongba, with its evocative pictographs, serves as the primary script for religious texts, capturing the essence of Nakhi spiritual beliefs. Geba, a syllabic system, provides a phonetic complement to Dongba, used to transcribe mantras, annotate pictographs, and add another layer of meaning to the sacred texts. Sadly, the ability to read and write Dongba is dwindling, with only a handful of elders now fluent in this ancient script. These Dongba masters, guardians of a vanishing tradition, are working tirelessly to transmit their knowledge to the younger generation, hoping to keep this unique cultural heritage alive. One can imagine an elderly Dongba, his wrinkled hands carefully guiding a young apprentice in the art of painting the intricate strokes of a pictograph, whispering stories of the gods and the ancient wisdom encoded within the symbols. The Nakhi artistic spirit finds expression not only in music and writing but also in a rich array of other art forms. Nakhi embroidery, with its vibrant colors and intricate patterns, transforms everyday garments into wearable works of art. The motifs embroidered onto their clothing, often depicting flowers, birds, and geometric designs, are not merely decorative, they carry symbolic meaning, representing the Nakhi connection to nature and their beliefs about the cosmos. Nakhi painting, often found adorning temple walls and religious scrolls, depicts scenes from Nakhi mythology, their vibrant colors and dynamic compositions bringing these ancient stories to life. The creation of these paintings involves a meticulous process, using natural pigments derived from plants and minerals, ground into fine powders and mixed with a binding agent. The artist, guided by tradition and spiritual inspiration, applies the pigments to the canvas with delicate brushstrokes, creating images that are both aesthetically pleasing and spiritually significant. Nakhi wood carving, a craft honed over generations, transforms ordinary objects into exquisite works of art. The intricate carvings found on the doors and windows of Nakhi houses, often depicting plants, animals, and scenes from their epics, reflect their appreciation for beauty and their connection to the natural world. Bai craftspeople, renowned for their woodworking skills, often collaborate with Nakhi artisans, their combined expertise resulting in masterpieces of intricate detail and symbolic richness. These carvings are not merely decorative, they serve as protective talismans, warding off evil spirits and inviting good fortune into the home. Nakhi temples, often adorned with a combination of Dongba and Buddhist imagery, offer a glimpse into their syncretic religious beliefs. The Delwada Temple, for instance, showcases a fascinating blend of these two traditions. Its interior is adorned with carved poles, arches, and wall paintings depicting Dongba deities alongside Buddhist figures. The murals, often depicting scenes from Nakhi epics and Buddhist narratives, create a visual tapestry of spiritual beliefs, their vibrant colors and intricate details reflecting the Nakhi reverence for both their indigenous traditions and the adopted faith. The Nakhi calendar is punctuated by vibrant festivals, each with its own unique rituals and artistic expressions. The Torch Festival, celebrated on the 24th and 25th of the 6th lunar month, is a fiery spectacle, a celebration of light and the triumph of good over evil. Bonfires blaze throughout the night, illuminating the faces of dancers and musicians, their rhythmic movements and melodies filling the air. The Sandwo Festival, held on February 8, honors the war god Sandwo, protector of the Nakhi people. The highlight of the festival is the sacrifice of a goat, a ritual act that connects the community to the legend of Sandwo, who is believed to have been born in the year of the goat. The distinctive dress of Nakhi women is a vibrant expression of their cultural identity. Their capes, often adorned with 7 embroidered discs representing the 7 stars of the Pleiades, symbolize the heavens and the Nakhi connection to the cosmos. The sun and moon, also embroidered onto the capes, represent the cyclical nature of time and the balance between opposing forces. In the Ninglang area, Nakhi women wear distinctive short jackets and long pleated skirts, a variation on the traditional wide-sleeved gowns worn in other regions. This regional variation in attire reflects the diversity within Nakhi culture, a testament to the unique expressions of identity found within different communities. While the younger generation is increasingly adopting modern clothing, the traditional garments are still worn with pride at festivals and special occasions, a visible link to their cultural heritage. The Masuo, walking marriage, tradition, where men visit their female partners at night and return to their maternal homes in the morning, challenges Western notions of marriage and family. This practice is deeply rooted in their matrilineal social structure and their belief that hereditary characters are contained in bones and are transmitted by women. The man's reproductive role is seen as watering the fetus already present in the woman, a belief that emphasizes the woman's central role in reproduction and lineage. Children are raised within their mother's household, surrounded by a network of female relatives, with maternal uncles playing a significant role in their upbringing. This system, while challenging to Western observers, offers a valuable opportunity to explore the diversity of human sexual relationships and family structures. It raises important questions about the cultural construction of gender roles, the nature of kinship, and the diverse ways in which societies organize themselves to ensure the well-being of their members. It's crucial to approach this topic with sensitivity and nuance, avoiding generalizations or judgmental language, and recognizing the validity of different cultural practices. The Nakhi, through their vibrant artistic expressions, offer a glimpse into a world where music, scriptures, and symbols intertwine to create a rich and meaningful cultural tapestry. Their story, woven through generations, resonates with the echoes of their Himalayan past and continues to unfold, even today, as they navigate the challenges of the modern world while preserving the unique cultural heritage that makes them who they are. This artistic spirit, deeply rooted in their beliefs and traditions, serves as a bridge to their spiritual world, a topic we'll explore further in the next chapter. Chapter 3. The Dongba Path. Navigating the Spirit World. The Nakhi artistic expressions we explored in the last chapter are not mere aesthetic pursuits. They are deeply intertwined with their spiritual beliefs and practices, forming a cohesive worldview that shapes every aspect of their lives. This chapter delves into the heart of Nakhi spirituality, focusing on the Dongba religion, their shamanistic practices, and their profound reverence for the natural world. Dongba, the indigenous religion of the Nakhi, is a vibrant tapestry woven from threads of animism, shamanism, and ancestor worship, interwoven with influences from Tibetan Bon and Buddhism, Taoism, and Confucianism. This syncretic nature is a testament to the Nakhi's openness to different belief systems, their ability to weave together seemingly disparate threads into a cohesive whole. At the center of Dongba are the Dongba priests, the spiritual guides who navigate the intricate pathways between the human and spirit worlds. These are not cloistered monks or hermits, but individuals deeply embedded within their communities, participating in everyday life while also serving as intermediaries between the seen and unseen. Becoming a Dongba priest is not a matter of choice but of destiny, often passed down through family lineages. A young boy identified as having the necessary spiritual gifts might begin his training at a tender age, under the tutelage of an experienced Dongba. This apprenticeship is a rigorous process, involving years of memorizing vast scriptures written in the Dongba script, mastering complex rituals, and learning the art of communicating with spirits. Imagine a young apprentice sitting at the feet of his master in a dimly lit room, the air thick with the scent of incense, his voice echoing the ancient chants as he recites the sacred texts. The Dongba script, with its 1,400 pictographs, is more than just a writing system. It's a visual language that encapsulates the Nakhi spiritual world. Each pictograph is a window into their mythology, depicting deities, spirits, and scenes from their creation stories. The Dongba priests use this script not only to record their scriptures but also for divination, communicating with spirits, and performing healing ceremonies. Picture a Dongba priest during a healing ritual, carefully tracing the intricate strokes of a pictograph onto a piece of Dongba paper, invoking the power of the spirit represented by the symbol. Ceremonies encompass every aspect of Nakhi life, from birth to death and everything in between. Birth rituals celebrate the arrival of a new soul into the community, invoking blessings for a long and prosperous life. Marriage ceremonies unite two families, not just two individuals, emphasizing the importance of kinship and community bonds. Funerals are not merely occasions for mourning but celebrations of the deceased's journey into the spirit world, guided by the priest's chants and rituals. The Dongba priest plays a crucial role in guiding the soul of the deceased through the perilous journey to the afterlife, ensuring a safe passage and a peaceful transition. Imagine the mournful yet celebratory sounds of the Dongba priest chanting, accompanied by the rhythmic beat of drums, as the community gathers to bid farewell to one of their own. Illness, in the worldview, is not simply a physical ailment but a spiritual imbalance, an intrusion of malevolent spirits or a disruption of the harmony between the human and spirit worlds. Healing ceremonies involve a complex interplay of rituals, chants, and the use of ritual objects, aimed at restoring this balance. The priest might use divination techniques to identify the source of the illness, consulting the spirits through the script or by interpreting the patterns formed by throwing grains of rice. He might then perform a healing ritual, chanting scriptures, burning incense, and using ritual objects like bells, drums, and sacred swords to drive away the malevolent spirits and restore the patient's spiritual equilibrium. The Nakhi agricultural cycle is also deeply intertwined with rituals. Planting and harvest ceremonies, performed by the Dongba priests, invoke blessings for bountiful crops and give thanks for the gifts of the land. Rain ceremonies, performed during times of drought, beseech the spirits for the life-giving rain, essential for the survival of the community. These rituals demonstrate the Nakhi's deep understanding of their dependence on the natural world and their respect for the delicate balance between humans and nature. The Nakhi reverence for nature extends beyond agricultural practices. Mountains, rivers, forests, and specific animals are all imbued with spiritual significance. Jade Dragon Snow Mountain, its peak perpetually shrouded in snow, is considered a sacred mountain, a dwelling place of powerful spirits. The Jinsha River, the River of Golden Sands, is not just a source of water but a sacred waterway, a pathway to the spirit world. Forests are not just sources of timber but sacred groves, home to a multitude of spirits and deities. Specific animals, such as the yak and the goat, hold symbolic meaning, representing strength, resilience, and the connection between the human and animal realms. The Nakhi believe in the interconnectedness of all living things, a concept that manifests in their respect for animals and their emphasis on living in harmony with the natural world. The Torch Festival, celebrated in the 6th lunar month, is a dramatic expression of Nakhi's spiritual beliefs. The torch, a symbol of purification and renewal, is carried through the villages, its flames driving away evil spirits and cleansing the community. Bonfires blaze throughout the night, casting flickering shadows against the surrounding mountains, as the community gathers to celebrate their shared identity and their connection to the spirit world. The rhythmic beat of drums, the haunting melodies of the chants, and the vibrant colors of traditional costumes create a sensory feast, a celebration of life and the cyclical nature of time. The Sandwo Festival, held in February, honors Sandwo, the war god who protects the Nakhi people and their land. The goat sacrifice, a central ritual of the festival, is not an act of cruelty but a symbolic offering, a way of connecting with the spirit of Sandwo, who is believed to have been born in the year of the goat. The white coat, helmet, spear, and horse associated with Sandwo symbolize purity, strength, and his role as a divine protector. The festival is a time for community gatherings, feasts, and celebrations, reaffirming the Nakhai's shared identity and their dependence on the protection of their divine guardian. The Nakhai view on the afterlife is not one of fear or dread but of a continuation of the journey, a transition to the spirit world. Death is seen as a natural part of the life cycle, a return to the realm of the ancestors. Dongba priests play a crucial role in guiding the deceased to the spirit world, performing elaborate rituals to ensure a safe passage and a peaceful transition. These rituals often involve chanting scriptures, burning incense, and making offerings to the spirits. The Dongba script is used to communicate with the deceased, providing guidance and comfort on their journey. The Nakhai believe that the spirits of the ancestors continue to watch over the living, offering protection and guidance. Ancestor worship is an integral part of Dongba, a way of honoring those who came before and maintaining a connection to the past. The concept of Shu, the nature spirits, is central to Nakhai cosmology. These spirits inhabit the natural world, residing in mountains, rivers, forests, and even specific trees and rocks. Shu are not distant, abstract entities but active forces in Nakhai daily life, influencing the weather, the crops, and the well-being of the community. Ceremonies and rituals associated with Shu worship are often tied to the agricultural cycle, reflecting the Nakhai's dependence on the land and their respect for the spirits that govern the natural world. Offerings of food, drink, and incense are made to appease the Shu and ensure their continued benevolence. The Nakhai believe that maintaining a harmonious relationship with the Shu is essential for the prosperity and well-being of the community. The Nakhai spiritual world is a complex and fascinating realm, a blend of ancient traditions, indigenous beliefs, and borrowed influences. It's a world where art, music, and ritual intertwine to create a cohesive worldview that shapes every aspect of Nakhai life. From the Dongba priests' chants to the vibrant celebrations of their festivals, the Nakhai spiritual practices offer a glimpse into a culture that values its connection to the past, its reverence for nature, and the enduring power of the spirit world. This spiritual foundation provides the framework for their social structure, a topic we will explore in the next chapter. Chapter 4. The Realm of the Mothers, Nakhai Social Structures and the Walking Marriage. The whispers of the Himalayas echo not only through Nakhai spirituality but also through the very fabric of their society, shaping their family structures, social hierarchies, and the roles of women within their communities. While the previous chapter delved into the Nakhai spiritual world, this chapter explores the tangible expressions of their beliefs in their social organization, focusing on the nuances of matrilineality and the complexities of the Masuo walking marriage tradition. Step inside a traditional Nakhai matrilineal household, and you'll find a world organized around the maternal line. The physical space itself reflects this structure. The home, often a two-story wooden structure built around a central courtyard, is the domain of the women. Multiple generations live together, grandmothers, mothers, daughters, and their children, forming a close-knit unit. Daily tasks and responsibilities are shared, with women taking the lead in household chores, childcare, and the management of family resources. Men, while contributing to agricultural work and other physical tasks, primarily reside in their own maternal homes. The courtyard, the heart of the home, serves as a gathering place, a space for shared meals, storytelling, and the transmission of cultural knowledge from one generation to the next. The influence wielded by women in Nakhai matrilineal societies extends beyond the household. In family decisions, their voices carry significant weight. Economic activities, such as managing family businesses or trading in local markets, are often spearheaded by women. In some communities, women even hold leadership positions in village affairs, participating in decision-making processes that affect the entire community. This prominent role of women contrasts sharply with the patriarchal norms prevalent in Han Chinese society, highlighting the Nakhai's unique approach to gender roles. Property, the cornerstone of economic stability and social standing, is managed and inherited through the female line. When a woman dies, her possessions, including land, livestock, and personal belongings, are passed down to her daughters or, in some cases, to her nieces. Her role in the family, as matriarch, caregiver, and manager of resources, is assumed by her eldest daughter or another designated female relative. When a man dies, his possessions might be divided among his sisters or nieces, or they might remain within his maternal household. This contrasts with patrilineal Nakhi families, where inheritance typically follows the male line, with sons inheriting the majority of family property and assuming the role of family head. This practice, unique to the Masuo, goes beyond the absence of formal marriage contracts. It's a system built on female autonomy, where women choose their partners and control the terms of their relationships. A Masuo woman initiates a relationship by inviting a man to visit her at night. These visits, conducted discreetly and with the understanding of the community, are not necessarily exclusive. Both men and women may have multiple partners, and relationships can be fluid and impermanent. This arrangement challenges conventional Western notions of monogamy and possessiveness, emphasizing instead mutual respect, affection, and personal freedom. Children born from these unions are raised within their mother's household. The biological father, while acknowledged and maintaining a relationship with his children, does not assume the primary role of caregiver or provider. This responsibility falls on the mother and her extended family, particularly her brothers, who act as father figures and play a significant role in the children's upbringing. Paternity, while not a primary determinant of social standing or inheritance, is generally acknowledged within the community. Children inherit their mother's family name and their social standing within the matrilineal system. The Masuo walking marriage tradition is deeply rooted in Nakhi beliefs and values. The maternal home, the center of family life, provides a stable and nurturing environment for raising children. The Nakhi belief that hereditary characteristics are contained in bones and transmitted by women reinforces the importance of the maternal line and the centrality of women in their social structure. The metaphor of man as rain on the grass, where the man's role in reproduction is seen as fostering what is already present in the woman, further emphasizes the woman's agency and control over reproduction. Academic perspectives on the Masuo walking marriage tradition are diverse and often contested. Some anthropologists, like Chuan Kong Shi, highlight the tradition's emphasis on female agency and empowerment, arguing that it provides women with greater control over their sexual and reproductive lives. Others raise concerns about potential exploitation or inequalities within this system. Some scholars suggest that the absence of formal marriage contracts might leave women vulnerable to abandonment or economic hardship. Others argue that the focus on the maternal line might marginalize men and limit their roles within the family and community. These varying interpretations highlight the complexities of the Masuo walking marriage and the challenges of understanding it through a Western lens. The impact of tourism and modernization on the Masuo walking marriage tradition is a subject of ongoing debate. Increased exposure to outside influences, particularly through tourism, has led to some changes in Masuo attitudes and practices. Younger generations, exposed to different cultural norms and values, are increasingly questioning the tradition and exploring alternative relationship models. Some young Masuo are choosing to enter into more conventional marriages, while others are adapting the walking marriage tradition to fit their modern lifestyles. The future of this unique practice remains uncertain, as the Masuo navigate the challenges of preserving their cultural heritage while adapting to the pressures of a rapidly changing world. The Masuo walking marriage stands in stark contrast to the marriage practices of other Nakhi groups. While some Nakhi communities maintain matrilineal descent, they typically practice monogamous marriages, with formal ceremonies and clearly defined roles for husbands and wives. Inheritance patterns, while still influenced by the maternal line, might also involve provisions for sons or other male relatives. The unique nature of the Masuo walking marriage is attributed to a combination of factors, including their geographical isolation, their distinct cultural history, and the enduring influence of their matrilineal social structure. The historical context of Confucian influence on Nakhi family structures provides further insight into the diversity of practices within this ethnic group. The imposition of Confucian practices by the lords of Lijiang, during the Ming and Qing dynasties, led to the adoption of more patriarchal norms in some Nakhi communities. Confucianism, with its emphasis on filial piety, ancestor worship, and the hierarchical structure of the family, challenged the traditional matrilineal values of the Nakhi. This cultural clash led to the gradual erosion of female power and influence in some areas, while other communities, particularly the Masuo, managed to retain their matrilineal traditions. The diversity within Nakhi society, from the matrilineal structures of the Masuo to the more patriarchal practices of other groups, underscores the complexity of their social organization. The Masuo walking marriage, a living example of an alternative family structure, challenges our assumptions about the universality of marriage and the roles of men and women within families. It reminds us that human societies are capable of organizing themselves in a multitude of ways, each reflecting their unique history, beliefs, and adaptations to their environment. It's crucial to approach these diverse practices with respect and understanding, recognizing the validity of different cultural norms and appreciating the rich tapestry of human social organization. Chapter 5. Between Tradition and Transformation. The Nakhi, with their vibrant culture rooted in the foothills of the Himalayas, are navigating the complex currents of the 21st century. Modernization, tourism, and globalization, while offering new opportunities, also present significant challenges to their traditional way of life. The influx of tourists to Lijiang, drawn by the allure of a seemingly untouched culture and the breathtaking beauty of Jade Dragon Snow Mountain, has brought a surge in economic activity. New guesthouses and restaurants have sprung up, creating jobs for Nakhi residents. Local artisans, once primarily crafting goods for their own communities, now find a market for their skills among tourists, selling hand-woven textiles, intricately carved wooden objects, and paintings depicting scenes from Nakhi mythology. Incomes have risen in some areas, allowing families to invest in education and improve their living standards. However, this economic boom has also come at a price. The Dongba script, once a sacred language used for religious texts and ceremonies, now appears on mass-produced souvenirs, from t-shirts and keychains to coffee mugs and refrigerator magnets. The commercialization of these symbols raises concerns about cultural commodification and the dilution of their sacred meaning. The accuracy of the script on these items is often questionable, with characters sometimes misrepresented or reproduced without understanding their significance. Furthermore, the profits from these sales often flow to outside businesses rather than benefiting local Nakhi artisans. This commercialization raises complex questions about who owns and controls Nakhi cultural heritage and how to balance economic development with cultural preservation. Modernization, beyond the influx of tourism, has brought profound changes to the Nakhi landscape. New roads have been carved through the mountains, connecting once isolated villages to the outside world. This improved infrastructure has made access to healthcare and education easier, bringing modern medical facilities and schools closer to remote communities. However, it has also facilitated increased migration, particularly among younger generations seeking opportunities in urban areas. This migration has led to a decline in agricultural labor in some villages and a shift in family dynamics, as younger Nakhi leave their traditional homes in search of work and education. The availability of consumer goods and media, once limited to urban centers, has now reached even the most remote Nakhi communities. Televisions and mobile phones have become commonplace, bringing with them a flood of information and entertainment from the outside world. This exposure to global media has had a significant impact on Nakhi cultural practices, particularly among the younger generation. Traditional clothing, like the distinctive wide-sleeved gowns and sheepskin capes worn by Nakhi women, is being replaced by modern styles, seen as more fashionable and practical. Traditional Nakhi dishes, often made with local ingredients and unique culinary techniques, are giving way to Han Chinese cuisine, more readily available in restaurants and markets. Even Nakhi architecture, traditionally characterized by log cabins and wooden structures built around central courtyards, is being influenced by Han architectural features, like tiled roofs and brick walls. These changes have created a generational divide, with elders clinging to traditional ways while younger Nakhi embrace the conveniences and perceived sophistication of modern life. The influence of Han Chinese culture, facilitated by modernization and increased interaction with the outside world, is particularly evident in the realm of language. Mandarin Chinese, the official language of China, is now the primary language of instruction in schools, and its dominance in media and popular culture has made it essential for economic advancement. As a result, the Nakhi language, with its distinct dialects and unique writing systems, is facing increasing pressure. Younger generations, more fluent in Mandarin than their native tongue, are less likely to use Nakhi in their daily lives, raising concerns about language loss and cultural assimilation. This shift in language use has profound implications for the transmission of Nakhi cultural knowledge, as many traditional stories, songs, and rituals are deeply embedded in the nuances of the Nakhi language. Despite these challenges, the Nakhi are not passively accepting the erosion of their cultural heritage. They are actively working to preserve and revitalize their traditions, finding creative ways to adapt to the changing world while honoring their unique identity. Organizations like the Dongba Culture Research Bureau are dedicated to documenting and preserving the Dongba script, collecting ancient manuscripts, and training new generations of Dongba priests. Efforts are underway to digitize the Dongba scriptures, making them accessible to a wider audience and ensuring their preservation for future generations. Local musicians and dancers are working to promote traditional Nakhi music and dance, performing at festivals and cultural events, and teaching these art forms to young people. Community initiatives, often led by Nakhi elders, focus on transmitting traditional knowledge and skills, from weaving and embroidery to wood carving and traditional medicine. The Nakhi are also finding new ways to express their traditions, blending the old with the new to create a dynamic and evolving culture. Contemporary Nakhi artists are incorporating Dongba symbols and motifs into their work, creating modern paintings, sculptures, and installations that reflect their cultural heritage while engaging with contemporary artistic trends. Nakhi musicians are experimenting with new sounds and instruments, blending traditional melodies with modern musical styles, creating a fusion that appeals to both local and international audiences. These innovative approaches to cultural expression demonstrate the Nakhi's resilience and adaptability, their ability to find new ways to celebrate their identity in a rapidly changing world. The changing sexual relationships of the Nakhi, particularly in light of modernization and globalization, reflect the broader tensions between tradition and transformation. While the walking marriage tradition is unique to the Masuo, other Nakhi groups are also experiencing shifts in courtship rituals, marriage practices, and family dynamics. The influx of tourists and the increased exposure to outside influences have led to a growing awareness of different relationship models, and some younger Nakhi are choosing to move away from traditional arranged marriages and embrace more autonomous partner choices. The concept of romantic love, once a foreign notion, is gaining traction among younger generations, influencing their courtship rituals and expectations of marriage. The shift towards more conventional monogamous relationships in some Nakhi communities is driven by a confluence of factors. The influence of Han Chinese culture, with its emphasis on monogamy and the nuclear family, has played a significant role. Modern education and media have also contributed to this shift, exposing Nakhi youth to different relationship models and challenging traditional values. Economic factors, such as the increased mobility and independence of young people, have also made it easier for them to choose their own partners and establish their own households. These changes have led to generational tensions, with elders concerned about the erosion of traditional values and the younger generation seeking greater freedom and autonomy in their personal lives. The influx of tourists, drawn by the allure of this unique practice, has led to concerns about its commodification and potential exploitation. The Masuo, once a relatively isolated community, are now under the spotlight of global attention, and their traditions are being scrutinized and interpreted through a variety of lenses. Some scholars argue that the walking marriage is a product of specific historical and ecological circumstances, a way of adapting to a harsh environment and ensuring the survival of the community. Others suggest that it represents a form of female empowerment, offering women greater control over their sexual and reproductive lives. The Masuo themselves are grappling with these different interpretations, navigating the complexities of maintaining their cultural identity while also adapting to the pressures of a rapidly changing world. The sustainability of the walking marriage tradition in the face of increasing outside pressure and changing social norms is a question that the Masuo are actively addressing. Community leaders and elders are working to educate younger generations about the importance of their cultural heritage and the values embedded in the walking marriage tradition. They are also finding ways to adapt the practice to fit modern realities, while still maintaining its core principles of female autonomy and mutual respect. The future of the walking marriage, like the future of Nakhi culture as a whole, depends on the community's ability to balance tradition and transformation, to preserve their unique heritage while also embracing the opportunities and challenges of the 21st century. The Nakhi story is not a simple narrative of decline or assimilation. It's a complex and dynamic story of resilience, adaptation, and the enduring power of cultural identity in the face of change. The Nakhi are actively shaping their own futures, finding creative ways to preserve their traditions, embrace new opportunities, and navigate the complex terrain of the 21st century. Their journey is a testament to the human spirit's capacity for both continuity and change, a reminder that culture is not a static entity but a living, breathing organism that continues to evolve while honoring its rich past. The Nakhi people's journey showcases remarkable resilience and adaptation, from ancient migrations to navigating modernization. Their matrilineal traditions, particularly the Masuo, walking marriage, challenge conventional understandings of family and gender. The Dongbo religion, art forms, and unique scripts reveal a deep connection to spirituality and nature. While tourism and globalization present challenges to cultural preservation, the Nakhi are actively revitalizing traditions and innovating artistic expression. Their story underscores the dynamic interplay between tradition and transformation. What are your thoughts on how cultures adapt and thrive in a changing world? Share your insights in the comments below. Subscribe for more explorations of fascinating cultures. Never stop learning.